All right, so the Padres, they knock off the D-backs. They win the series, take 2 out of 3, and there was a lot of encouraging things that happened in this series. I know it's the D-backs, and I know they were a seller. Suarez is no longer on the team. Merrill Kelly's no longer on the team. There was another one. Josh Naylor no longer on the team. I get it, but still, you can only play the opponents that are there right in front of you. And the Padres finding a way to come back today, I thought that was big. Um, Again, like quality of opponent, we'll see when they face the Dodgers and they get down what's going to happen. Giants, I think, as well, we could put in there a little bit. But just, I keep coming away from these games with like, man, AJ Preller, this deadline keeps looking better every day. You had Mason Miller. I know he gave up the home run yesterday to Gurriel, but he gets the strikeout to him today. And then he gets his first save. So when you have a situation like this where you don't pitch Robert Suarez and you have Jason Adam have to come into the game in the 5th inning, and then he covers the 6th inning too, so he goes an inning and a third there. You go Adam, Morahone, and Miller, so you don't have to throw Estrada, you don't throw Suarez, and you still win the game. And by the way, you were losing, and you had those guys throw. So you didn't just waste those guys' appearances. I know there's a day off tomorrow, but those appearances didn't get wasted, and you found a way to win the game. So, we go through these additions. Nestor Cortez, a lot of people giving him crap early on, obviously. And I'm not saying I talk crap. All I did was post a screenshot of, not an ideal location because he gave up a home run to Corbin Carroll that was right down the middle. I mean, literally on the box. It was right down the middle. But I saw other people, giving him some crap. Like, oh, he's already showing off that 9 ERA. And it's like, guys, it's been 1 inning. But that's what social media is for. He settles down, less than 5 innings, but that's what Randy was doing, so kind of stepped in there fine. But he only gave up 2 earned runs, kept the Padres in this game. And when you have the offensive potential the Padres have, and then you have the bullpen that can be shut down like they were today and not allow any runs, going, hopefully it's 5 if they can let him, but around 5 innings and giving up 2 runs is, as the last starter in the rotation, like that's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. And then you had other guys like Ramon Laureano and Fermin. I know he's hitting 9th, but to have that as your 9 hitter, someone that has pretty good speed for a catcher, and he laid down another bunt tonight where he forces the throw. I know he didn't beat it out. There was an error, but like that stuff there. And when I posted that video on social media, I wasn't meaning an error would really help out the Padres in the postseason. Duh. But having someone that can do that to force, like if you're in an offensive funk, to have someone that can do that to force the other team to beat you, to make a good throw, it could end up having a mistake and it could lead to something because then you go right back to the top of the order. Or if there's a runner on second base and you could have Fermin there as the 9 hitter and he can get a bunt down. Was I confident in Martin Maldonado and Elias Diaz to do what Fermin does? Did they have the speed for Fermin to, the same speed as Fermin? And he was 3 for 4 today. It's not like he just laid down a bunt and that's all he's good for. I've been fine with what's happened behind the plate. So, yeah, there's him. Ryan O'Hearn got the start tonight. Gavin Sheets, not in the order. Tatis was a day off. He needed it, really struggling. 2 hits in the last, 5 games. The average was not great since the trade deadline. So, now it's back-to-back days off because there's the off day tomorrow before the Red Sox series when they're back home here at Petco. But anyway, to have O'Hearn come up, and I know he didn't have a hit before he hit that home run, but that's what we're talking about with the power, the power potential. When Gavin Sheets isn't going well, you can have Ryan O'Hearn in the order, and he come up in that situation and do some damage like that. Talk about a signature San Diego moment like that. Like, you're not getting a ton of playing time right out of the gate, but then you get this start and you come through in that moment like that. That's pretty cool. And then you, like the Padres did, you can have Bryce Johnson come in when you have a lead and he can go play defense in the outfield if needed. But there's him. And then Ramon Laureano, I mean, this is probably, we'll see what happens in the postseason, but I totally feel like because he plays every day, for me, you could say that too, but Laureano, the desperate need for someone in left field, this guy could end up being AJ's best trade that he made this season, before the deadline, obviously. Uh, just what he can bring because he plays every day. And he has the opposite field power. He has the power to the pull side, obviously. He has an arm in left field, as we know. And like the relay today, I don't know why McCann was trying to run on Laureano. The ball was right in front of him. But Laureano hits the cutoff man, Iglesias. Iglesias, quick turn to Manny to get the runner there. Just it's been fun watching Laureano play. No doubt about that. It's been fun to watch him in a Padre uniform. And him hitting second in the order when, Tatis isn't playing, like, I'm totally fine with that. Like, the guy's at 896 OPS this season. So, yeah, he should be starting every day. And you have O'Hearn, and it seems like Sheets has been more just the bench role. But this is what it is. Like, they're not in a situation where Sheets is going to have to play every day, or else you want Trenton Brooks up there. That's not what this is. You acquire the depth. You're a better overall baseball team. And Sheets could come up with a big hit off the bench at some point. You just don't know. Or it just gives you that other option, someone that you could be more confident in than Trenton Brooks, than Tyler Wade or whoever, to come be a DH or a left fielder or first base, whatever. If, let's say, Ryan O'Hearn isn't doing it, if Arise needs a day, there are certain guys that you can come in that you can put in there. So this team has been fun to watch. I know yesterday they lost, and that was disappointing. But to win game one and then today to come back like this, Xander, can we appreciate Xander Bogaerts for a moment? Like, obviously, there's been a lot of talk about the contract and all that. Obviously, there hasn't been as much talk about that because he has been performing much better recently, right? The last 15 games, hitting 286. He's got an on-base percentage over 300. He's got a few bombs, 5 ribbies. Last week, he has a couple homers, hitting 321. And today, even before the home run, before the double in the gap, after he hit the home run, he smacked the ball on a line that was probably hit over 100 miles per hour, and it was just caught in the outfield. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. But this guy is locked in. He's hitting the ball hard. And I know people are going to disagree with this take, but my take with Xander is this contract could turn out to be a good one based on just one season, with this one season. If all things go well, and what I mean by that, obviously, if the Padres win the World Series, then the contract's worth it. I probably shouldn't say I don't care what he does the rest of the contract, but like, I kind of feel that way, Maybe others would disagree, but you win a World Series, that's literally the goal. That's why Peter Seidler signed Xander Bogaerts. That's why he signed Manny. That's why he signed all these guys. That's why you do this. That's why AJ Preller goes out and makes these moves. It's to win a World Series. If you don't win the World Series, okay, then we can have a different discussion. But if Xander Bogaerts hits the crap out of the ball like this and helps the Padres go win a World Series, then I don't care what he does the rest of the contract. Maybe my thoughts would change, if he sucks, 3 years down the road, but we'll still be able to look back at the World Series. We've never won a World Series. So really, that's all I care about, is if we win one. Because that's something that my parents have never obviously been through, haven't experienced that. Other older Padres fans haven't experienced that. Like, I want that for them, to be able to experience that. And for other Padres fans, I don't care how old you are, to experience that once in your life. And if they end up winning it all, then like, whatever. But, bottom line, like, Bogaerts, yeah, gonna need to keep producing. And he's been really fun to watch offensively, just barrel balls like this. Jackson Merrill also a good start in the month of August. So yeah. Just so far, like, this deadline. Nestor Cortez, yeah, fine. I'm fine with that. Mason Miller, I know yesterday with the homer, but like, more often than not, it's like Robert Torres. More often than not, he's going to get the job done. And if you have Mason Miller as your backup closer option when your closer can't go, that's a pretty good luxury to have. Jason Adam, you can pitch him in the 5th inning and go win a baseball game. Like, that's pretty cool too. So I'm feeling good after this. Got the Red Sox coming up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That should be interesting. But obviously, really what we're waiting for is the Giants, Dodgers stretch. Because there's going to be a lot that will be not released. A lot maybe that we'll learn about this team with the new additions that they have. Michael King will be back. He's expected to start either Saturday or Sunday. So, we've been waiting for this team to be not just whole in terms of health, but also health and the additions, like what the actual team is in the stretch run. And we're getting really close to that. So it's exciting. Exciting times to be a Padre fan. And yeah, that's what I got. I don't have a lot of time tonight, so I just wanted to give my thoughts on that. But I did want to hit on Tatis. His numbers obviously haven't been great. I know I just mentioned that a few moments ago. So I'm totally fine with the off day. I'm not sitting here super worried because, as Victor Rodriguez told Kevin Acee in an article recently, it's not like Tatis is chasing. He's just not. You don't see these big power numbers because they're not going to throw him great pitches to hit when they don't have to. And so he's not chasing, he's walking more. And so that's not going to make your average go up. That's not going to make your slugging look great. So he's taking things that are given to him. I know he did mention the demons and stuff, which could be concerning. But I'm not, excuse me. I'm not going to be super worried about Fernando, unless they start moving around the lineup. And then that tells me oh, maybe Schultz lost confidence in Tatis. Yeah. Luis Ariz, definitely. I know there were the struggles. And it's this is not the real Luis Ariz. He's got to improve, got to be better. But he has been better, so that's great. And yeah, Ryan O'Hearn was labeling this team. It was excited to be a Padre and labeling this team as a super team. So, and are they a super team? I think that people have different definitions of a super team. If your definition of a super team is a bunch of stars that were acquired, they weren't developed by, that team. You think of, NBA teams, for example, with certain guys, right? And people label that super team. You could label the Padres for sure, super team. If you don't want to label a team a super team that hasn't made it to a World Series yet, that's totally fair. And then the Padres wouldn't qualify as a super team. Maybe you say beat the Dodgers first, and then they can be called a super team. I don't really care what you think of the label is, but it's just the confidence. I love the confidence that Ryan O'Hearn has there. And he said, day one when he got here, he's willing to do. He told Mike Schilt, yeah, whatever, team player, whatever you want to do with me, then do it. And so I love that mentality. Again, the confidence that he has in this team because he's in the clubhouse. He sees the talent they have. He sees the work ethic, the stuff behind the scenes that we don't see. So I'm totally fine with him saying that. And, when he goes and hits a bomb like that, makes it even better. And you're definitely fine when he hits a bomb and then he says that. And they came back and won the game. That's what matters the most is they're winning games. Now they're 2 games back of the Dodgers in the West, and they've got a few game lead, I think 3.5 lead on that final wild card spot. Sorry, 4-game lead. They have leapfrogged the Mets, so now they're the second wild card, not the third. Mets are at 63 and 52. They're 3 games ahead of the Reds, who are first team out. I guess that's how you would say it. 3 games back of that final wild card spot. But it's Cubs in the first spot, Padres in the second, Mets in that final spot. So yeah. Shout out to the sponsors, by the way, of this show. Just wanted to give them their props, obviously, before ending this. Gaglione Bros, best cheesesteaks in San Diego. Check them out. Their main location on Friars Road, their address, all that stuff. Click the link in the description for them. They've got garlic fries, cheesesteak fries, cheese. I mean, the cheesesteak fries are just phenomenal. Check them out. They're down the third baseline and in the upper deck at Petco Park. They're at Snapdragon Stadium as well. We've got rivalry weekend this weekend in the NWSL. San Diego Wave hosting Angel City. So that's going to be a really entertaining matchup, 7 p.m. on Saturday. So get your tickets for that. I think they're starting as low as $16, so that's a great deal. And then SDFC will be in action on the road, I think, at Sporting Kansas City. They just played a good amount of games at home with Leagues Cup and all that. Although they're not advancing in that, obviously, but I don't really care. Like, I care about regular season for them. Breaking Tea, Padres and Aztecs shirts and sweatshirts. Link in the description there. They've released some pretty cool graphic tees, including one of Manny that has been going off the shelves pretty darn quick. So click the link in the description for them. And then code Talking Friars, $20 off your first order when you sign up with your email for SeatGeek. If you're looking to go to one of the Red Sox games this weekend or one of the Dodger games coming up, I think that's the 21st through the 23rd, I think. No, 22nd through the 24th, I think, that weekend, or one of the Giants games, one of the September games. Use that code to your advantage. Trying to help you guys out. So there you go. All right, that's what I've got. Any thoughts on this series? Let me know in the comments. I know it was a quick one, but just didn't have a ton of time tonight. But I thank you for the time, and hopefully I will be able to do a little bit longer next series when the Red Sox are in town.